2023 has been a year of too many games. From great and exceptional pieces of art to mid-level and even horrendous video games. We don't talk about them, they stay in the closet. We get a bit of everything and almost for everyone. This year you can have something, at least one game. The list will compile games from every console system, but there will be a bit more for those playing on PC. Sorry, I play on PC. Here is Favorite's list of supers, the best of the greatest. To start off the list, I got a complicated game to explain in simple terms how it works. Your only move is Hustle. It's a fighting game unlike any other that you might have experienced. Released on the 22nd of February 2023, developed by EV Sly. This 2D fighter earned an overwhelmingly positive score with 10,000 reviews. The reason behind this high score is the accomplishment to make the player feel like the best fighter. And I'm not talking about an MMA fighter or the smashing button madness that can happen on other fighting games. No, I'm talking about anime level of fight style. Imagine the biggest fight sequence so well orchestrated and choreographed that are eye candy and diamonds for our entertainment. Imagine that, but at your fingertips. That much power. Your only move is Hustle manages this through a system and a gameplay of a turn-based combat strategy game that allows players to make decisions during the fight and make moves accordingly until they get hit or the timer runs out. The controls of your character appear on this complex and confusing display that gives you the potential to unlock your mightiest fighting form. I'm not gonna be able to explain you this. It is complicated. If you feel overwhelmed because of the speed of the gameplay, don't worry. What you're looking at is a replay of a full match, and the real gameplay is somewhat slower, but nonetheless stressful, as you must predict what the other player decides on their move. And of course, be able to defend yourself against combos. If you love turn-based strategy games and fighting games, then your only move is Hustle will be your next best friend. Also, look at that price tag! Super cheap! Try it! Click it! On January's video, I spoke about Hi-Fi Rush, a rhythm game. Now for February, the trend continues with Sith Rhythm Final Bar Line, a spin-off of the Final Fantasy franchise where you mostly care about hitting the notes at the correct time. Released on February 16th of 2023 by developer Indie Zero, it is praised by critics with an 86 score on OpenCritic and an 87 on Metacritic. Several Nintendo reviewers rated around a 9. So if you're new to Square Enix or even Final Fantasy like I am, grab my hand for a quick tour of what this game is all about. First off, Thither Rhythm Final Bar Line is unlike anything canon of a Final Fantasy. The game is rhythm turn-based combat. You play music from iconic, emotional, intense moments of the worlds from several, if not all, or most of all, Final Fantasy games. The way you play it is essentially like a Guitar Hero game. A set of notes move towards you and you click on them as they pass. Simple, but addictive. What's amazing about the game is the number of songs available to play. The game contains a total of 385 songs, plenty of different moods and musical feats. It's one of those games that you enjoy as a chill or downtime game. Relax and enjoy music as you connect the notes and create combos. As you progress, the game allows you to unlock more characters, and there's a total of 109 characters. That's a lot. So if you are a fan of the Final Fantasy franchise and enjoy playing chill and vibe games from time to time, this will be your best bet. First, Octopath Traveler was an exceptional game with an amazing story, profound characters, and gorgeous visuals. Now in the second round, Square Enix doesn't double down in quality. Octopath Traveler 2 is the polishing of the best things it did on the first one, and it makes them better, somehow. A game that deserves more recognition, and because of its early entry in the year, many have forgotten about it. Developed by Acquire Corp and released on February 24th of 2023, Octopath Traveler 2 scored an 86 on OpenCritic, but it's highly regarded by players on Steam with an overwhelmingly positive batch from over 7,000 reviews. We adventure into a new setting, less medieval and more modern. 8 new characters with a complete and complex story of their own. Each represents a different class, but as you progress, you upgrade abilities to your own desire and will. A love story with intense RPG and turn-based combat that does require brain power input. Strategy, strategy, strategy. Octopath Traveler 2 has it all. Visually is gorgeous. Its 2.5D art style is something to be mesmerized by, from the colors, textures, and detail on each element. Also, its music, magnificent orchestra score that enhances the emotions and feelings of each moment. From a pivotal narrative point to a gripping fight against the enemy, everything is perfect in this game. I'm still quite surprised that it got so few nominations for different awards. 2023 is a tough competition, but this game deserves more than what it gets. Maybe a BAFTA or a DICE Awards will give it some recognition. If you enjoy RPGs, this is the one that you must try at some point in your life. Even though we are a few months away from its first anniversary year of release, it will be a mistake to forget about the biggest and most hyped up game of the start of this year. Though 2023 has had a good number of great games, the start of the year was mostly quiet, unless we talk about Hogwarts Legacy. Released on February 10th of 2023 by developer Avalanche Software. Marketed as the ultimate Harry Potter simulator where players got to experience taking classes, practice spells, and fight wizards across the land of Hogwarts. Hogwarts Legacy is the biggest addition to video games to the Potter franchise. Let me tell you, it didn't disappoint. It gave it its best to bring the most compelling, immersive, and detailed experience to become a wizard on Hogwarts. I say this as someone that just started watching the Potter movies this year, and I'm as close as someone classified as a muggle. I'm not a fan of the franchise, so my expectations might not have been as high as true fans. Still, I was amazed by the attention to detail and special treatment that every corner of this game got. Easily a game you must try if you enjoy the books, movies, or any other media from Hogwarts franchise. In the game, you get to learn how to be a wizard, increase your power, and stop evildoers with strong and even prohibited spells. Yes, even that one. Yeah. The story takes place many years before Harry Potter, and there won't be familiar faces from the movies and books. However, this story still holds its own. One of the most impressive aspects of the game is combat, though at times having so many types of spell available feels cumbersome. When you understand and select the best spells for combat, it feels really satisfying. Overall, the game was well received. In OpenCritic, it got an 84 score, but a very positive score of a 91 from reviewers over at Steam. You can always argue the game had missed potential, like not having Quidditch, or some clunky map UI and flying mechanics, as well as the typical open world gimmicks. Still, this is a great game deserving of a spot on the best of the greatest. While Metroid Prime fans continue to keep the fire alive for Metroid Prime 4, it doesn't matter how much wood is added to the fire as they wait for an announcement. Hope prevails. Meanwhile, they enjoy Metroid Prime Remastered, released on February 8 of 2023. The original game came out all the way back in 2002 for the Nintendo GameCube, in times when Blockbuster was an entertainment giant and I still bought toys from Toys R Us. Good old days. Fast forward 21 years and remastered version is here. It has the same story, same essence, and gameplay. Not saying it in a bad way. The original game was exceptional. This time around, what was great stayed, but what needed adjustments got the update to bring the original game to the next generation. Graphics have been revamped to higher resolution of these modern times while maintaining the original feel, textures, and models. Other updates are to sound design and score. The soundtrack features a mix of old-school Metroid tunes redone in the fun cyberpunk electronic of Prime, as well as original songs that have stood the test of time. The game still feels fresh with its amazing level design in shooter adventure. The game features modern dual analog controls for the first time, as well as nostalgic setups inspired by the original Metroid Prime. The game continues to excel as an atmospheric puzzle game with tons of exploration. Each area is intricately designed to showcase where players can go, while also showing them places they can't go yet. Gaining a new ability never gets old and immediately entices the player to backtrack to discover new routes. If you've never played it and own a Switch, you must try it. It is rated at an amazing 94 on OpenCritic and Metacritic. It is critically acclaimed game. There's nothing to lose from trying it. You'll discover a true classic, and maybe even you'll join the rest of the fandom throwing wood at the Metroid Prime 4 fire. It could happen. For this month, I have no honorable mentions, but if you have any, let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear you out. But that's all for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you know about any of these games? Have you forgotten about them? Did you think any of them will make it to the Game of the Year list? What other suggestions do you have from this month, or maybe from the upcoming ones? Let's start the conversation. I'm the Honey Barrier, and I love to talk about everything gaming from news to games. If you liked the video, remember to leave a like and share. It really helps. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Keep on gaming.